Okay, so when we talk about improper, we're talking about improper fractions. Who can tell me what that means? Sarah.
Let's say you have 3 on the bottom and 8 on top. So how many times can that number go into 3 and then whatever's left you just put on top?
Okay, so she said her example was if she had 3 on the bottom, which is the denominator, and 8 on top, which is the numerator. She said it's improper because there's more pieces on top than it takes to make a whole. How many pieces does it take to make a whole here?
3.
3. And we have 8 pieces in all. So what Sarah said was you're going to see how many times you have this set in the top. Well, if it takes 3 pieces to make a whole, we have 1 set at 3 pieces, 2 sets at 6 pieces, and then how many pieces do we have left over? 2. So our answer here would be 2 whole sets, or 2 wholes, and 2 left over. Okay? So an improper fraction has more pieces, and that is the numerator, than it takes to make a whole. And the whole would be your denominator. Okay, I'll zoom in for you. There you go. So it has more pieces, the numerator, than it takes to make a whole, your denominator. Okay, with that being said, what is a mixed number? Lottie?
It's a number that has a more than one whole
Mm-hmm.
and less than a whole, like the 2/3.
Okay, so she says it's a number that has more than one whole and then less than one whole also, so it's got like pieces left over. You're absolutely correct. So a mixed number is a number that has whole numbers and fractional values. Okay? So just like we took this 8/3 and we turned it into 2 2/3, that makes it a mixed number. It's a mixed number because it has both whole numbers and fractional values. And you were just given 4 of your vocabulary words. All right, so let's practice converting from improper to mixed. Let's see. Trinity, give me a number. just a number. It could be any number you want. 3. Okay. And Kaden, give me a number that is bigger than 3. How about a 2-digit number?
10.
What was that?
10.
10. Excellent. Okay, so we have an improper fraction here of 10 thirds. So the thirds comes from how many pieces it takes to make a whole, and the 10 comes from how many pieces we have. So this would be just like us having a pizza that's cut into 3 pieces. If the pizza's cut into 3 pieces, how many pieces can we fit into one pizza box? 3. It would take 3 pizzas, or 3 pieces to fill up a pizza box. So this is telling me I'm going to have more than one pizza box to box up all the pizza to take it home, right? So I want to know how many sets of 3 are inside this 10. So there's several ways that you can do this. The easiest way, the most efficient way to get it right every single time is to divide. Just like we've been taking fractions and turning them into decimals, we've been dividing. You have to divide here as well. Top number always goes into the box. Bottom number always stays outside. And Miss Brittany has been calling this Tybo. Top in, bottom out. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and distribute the 10 pieces into groups of 3. So how many times can 3 go into 10? 3 times. So I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to subtract. The remainder, we're not going to turn it into a decimal. The remainder becomes your numerator. So let it float up in the air. And what goes underneath was what you were dividing by. Uh-huh. So it becomes 3 1/3.
Whoa. Yeah.
Okay?
That's easy. Amazing. I have no words.
Now, when the numbers are smaller like this, we can use mental math. We can say how many times does 3 go into 10? Mason was already at the beginning going 3. And then you can ask yourself, how many's left over? Well, 1's left over. So you can do that in your head whenever the numbers are easier to work with. So you knew it was 3 1/3. But what about when we're working with numbers like this?
Then we have to work
Divide.
91 fourths.
So you put the 91 inside
Mm-hmm.
and then 4 out.
And the 4 outside, so Tybo, top in, bottom out. 4 goes into 9 2 times.
Now 8, take away 8, 1, remember 1,
Uh-huh.
and it's 11. It can go in
It also
2
goes
times.
It also goes in 2 times.
8 equals 3 plus 0.
So, okay, so we have 3 left over. Sarah immediately said, add a 0. We're not going into decimals. We want to keep them as fractions. So that 3 comes up. That means I've trained you well on decimals, Sarah.
I've been doing it every day after school, so.
22 3/4.
Wow! This is easy. I don't even need no stuff. I think we're done. Easier than I thought it would be. We're done with this unit.
Okay, let's try a bigger number. A nastier number.
100.
Wow.
145 sixteenths. 145 sixteenths.
First one to get it wins the toss.
Okay. Tybo, top in, bottom out. 145 on the inside, 16 on the outside.
You can't go into 14, so you have to
Okay.
multiply.
We would have to multiply. We can also use some estimation. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 16 can go into 145. What do y'all want to multiply by? What do you want to...
Just start with
Okay, Brandon wants to start with 5. That's 80.
I say 8.
You want to try 8?
No, wait.
Maybe 9.
No, 8 is good. 8 only.
That's 128.
One more. Try 9. 2 more.
You want to try 9?
Try 9.
9 is
Yeah, this one, try
144.
10.
9 is 144.
Okay. So 9 is 144, so it goes in 9 times.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
If it were to be 10, would we just write 10? Wait, I know the answer. Okay, thank you.
Everybody knows.
Yes, ma'am.
9 and 1 over 16.
9 and 1 over 16. Good.
Right, Sarah.
Thank you. That's going to be my quote. Yeah.
Okay. That's how simple and proper to mix numbers are. Okay? Now, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Let's assume this number would have been 144. And when we subtracted, we had a 0 right here.
So it'll be
It'd just be 9 even.
It'd be 9 even, or 9 and 0 over 16, which is the same thing as 9. Okay? All right. I'm flipping to the next side of the page because I need a little bit more space.
Me too.
Now we're going to practice going from mixed to improper.
Oh no. I thought we were done.
Nope, we're not done yet.
Okay, okay.
What?
Lord, let me see.
Okay, we're going to start with an improper fraction that has a denominator that we can handle pretty easily. So we have 4 and 2/5. Okay? There's several ways to do this. I'm going to show you the most efficient, the way that you're going to get it correct most of the time. It's also going to help you build the conceptual idea of what's actually going on. So let's talk about this number and really look at it. And then whenever I show you, it's going to make sense why we're doing it that way. How many pieces does it take to make a whole here?
5.
5 pieces. So that means every time we have a whole, there's 5 pieces. So let me ask you, how many times do we have a whole set?
4.
4. Notice what word I used. How many times? How many times do we have a whole set? Well, we have 4 of them. So we'll do 5 times 4.
So
Wait,
it'll be
wait,
22?
I think I know how to do it.
So what is 5 times 4?
20.
Okay, so I'm going to put my 20 right here.
Add 2.
How many extra pieces do I have?
2. It's 22 over 5. 22 over 5.
And when we have extras, we're adding them on, right?
Then it'll be 22 over 5.
So 20 plus 2 is 22 over 5.
That went way too fast. I didn't understand.
Like, I know
We're
that.
going to do several of them, Brayden.
I had it right when I looked at the number. I'm like, oh, that's 22 clips.
I
There's
got
like
a sound.
a snowman.
Stretch your neck out as far as you can.
There's 2 circles and then a V.
Okay, let's try another one. Numbers are going to get a little bigger.
It's not that bad.
Not that bad.
Oh, wait. I'm confusion. Okay.
Okay, so remember you want to know how many times you have a whole and then what are the extras. How many times you have a whole and what are the extras.
Wait, so how many times can 15 go in there?
We gotta do 8 times 15 is like 8.
It's 104.
That's a 13, guys.
104.
It looks like 13, sorry.
13 times 8.
115. Wait, what? What?
So 13 times 8 is 104.
And then you add it, so it'll be 115.
Mm-hmm. And then you're just going to add the 11, giving you 115 over 13.
Wow, and then we can write
This is pretty easy.
That's a lot of
It is
answer
easy.
by doing it the other way.
Huh?
You check the number.
Yes, absolutely. So Lottie said you could check your answer by doing it the other way. Yes, we can. So I can put 115 inside, 13 outside. 13 goes into 15 8 times, which is 104.
You mean 115?
115?
You said 15.
Oh, sorry.
I distracted her, but that's my fault. That's on me.
And there you go.
Oh, yeah.
So you can check your answer.
Oh, I remember that when you divided and you put.
Savannah with an H, give me a number.
8.
8. Serena, give me a number.
70.
Oh, gosh.
Lottie, give me a number that's bigger.
100.
Is your name Lottie? No. 150.
38. I mean,
What?
bigger. Oh, 276.
Wait, what?
Oh my God, Lottie.
Okay. No, we can do it.
This house.
Lottie, how did you do?
That's the first
Mom's
time
turn,
I've
right?
seen mine. Besides 38, so.
Okay. How many times do we have a whole and what are the extras? Let's do it.
No,
It's the same thing. You just have to multiply and add.
So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to start multiplying. What am I going to multiply?
8 times 276.
Excellent.
Whoa. That's a big one. That's zero. Our thousands. What's happening? Can I say it? Oh,
And once you've got the answer, you can tell me.
160.
I got this.
What you looking at?
I didn't mean to look at it. 2208.
Okay. So you should have gotten 2,208.
That's what I meant.
Multiplication. That's a first. I forgot how to do.
I didn't even get you to finish running.
Oh, I know the answer though. I know the answer.
Wait. Oh.
I have the answer.
I was
That's
like,
it.
And now what do I do?
You
Add
put
2,278. Yeah.
X.
278.
Excellent.
No.
2,278. And what's my denominator?
276.
276. Guys, you're doing it.
that's a lot of pizza.
We doing it.
That's some big
Hey, I'm
brain.
not doing pizza.
Okay.
Do we have to add 8 with it? I know we don't have to keep 8 with it.
No, because, wait.
Well, the reason that you don't have to keep 8 with it is because you just consumed the 8. You wrote what the 8's value was in there.
Oh.
Because that's why we did the 276 times 8. We were figuring out how many pieces is
Yeah,
that.
I knew that. I just got it.
Okay? All right. How you feel?
This is the best ever.
Okay.
Oh, sure.